Okay, this is multiplication using the area model. We are going to do 2 digits by 2 digits today using what I just said, the area model. Now, first thing that we have to do is we have to set up an area model. Remember, area models are those boxes that are divided into smaller parts. And we're going to figure out how many boxes we need simply by looking at what we have up here. Let's take a look at the number 43. We're going to follow Emma once again. Expand form, multiply, and then, of course, add. So 43, if I'm going to take that and put it into expanded form, it's going to look a little bit like this. There's 40 and 3, and each of those is going to require an area. The areas we use are just squares, so each of them a square. Once we're all done with that, we have another number we have to split up into expanded form, and that number is 56. Now, when we're using the area model, we're doing length times width. So we have our length in here, 40 plus 3. Now we're going to do the same thing with 56 in expanded form. E for Emma, 50 plus 6. And we're going to write that on the width. 40 plus 3 is on the length, 50 plus 6 is on the width. And they need areas also, so I'm going to include those now. All right, let me switch colors here. So now we have a bunch of boxes to fill out. We have officially finished with the E extended form part. We are all good there, so I'll put the E up there to show that I'm all done. Now I'm going to do the M, which stands for multiplication. Well, what am I going to multiply? Well, that's where the area model comes into place. It's length times width. 2 fingers inside a box. One goes to the length and the other one goes to the width. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take those 2 numbers and we're going to multiply them. 40 and 50. 40 times 50, that's easy enough to multiply. Get rid of the zeros. Stick them in your product. 4 times 5, all that's left over is 20. 40 times 50 is 2,000, and we have one part of the answer. Moving on. 2 fingers inside of this box. One goes to the length, the other goes to the width. I landed on 3 times 50. So that's what I'm going to write in the box. Alrighty. 0 goes in the answer. 3 times 5 tens is going to give me 15 tens. 3 times 50 is 150. Alrighty, we're still not done with the M part of Emma. We're still multiplying because we have 2 areas left that we have to do. So I'm going to do those using the same thing that we just did. 40 times 6. 0 goes in the answer. 4 times 6 is 24 tenths. Same thing here. Both fingers in the box. One goes up to the length. The other goes down to the width. 6 times 3. It's going to give us 18. We are officially done with the multiplication part of the area model for this type of multiplication problem. Last part we have is addition. Now, believe it or not, we have figured out the answer. It's just in pieces. And as a matter of fact, it's in 4 pieces. One's here, one's here, one's here, and the other one is right here. Our job now is to simply put the pieces together using the last part of Emma, which is A for addition. I'm going to add up the numbers. Now, I will tell you, this is where students make tons of mistakes. What they'll do is they'll write it down real fast and not line up the place values. It is so important to line up the place values appropriately, because if not, you can make a silly mistake and ruin all that hard work by doing something that you know you shouldn't. I'm going to do my work over here. There's 2,000. I'm going to write 150, and I'm going to start with the 0 in the ones place so I don't make that mistake. 150. 240 comes next. I'm going to start with the number in the ones place. And lastly, 18. I'm going to add them all up, just like it says in Emma. I'll have my product. 0, 0, 0, and 8 ones makes 8 ones. 5, 4, and 1, 10 makes 10 tens. Cash in the 110, or excuse me, the 10 tens for 100. 100, 100, 200s. That is 400s. And lastly, we have 2000s. There we have it, 2,408, which is our product of 43 times 56. And that is the area model for 2-digit by 2-digit multiplication.